Hello everybody. Welcome back. My name is Whiskers Fox and this is another Epic Fantasy video. So today is the day I'm finally going to release my SR tier lists. There's actually multiple of them because I split them up into their separate categories like dealers, debuffers, tanks, etc. So there's going to be that as well as the master tier list. So hopefully this will be helpful to you guys, and please, if you guys have any recommendations for changing the tier list at all, let me know in the comments below. I obviously haven't been able to test all of these heroes. I just don't have the resources for it. So some of them are placed just based on their kits. And if you guys have experience with anybody that you think should be in a different spot, please let me know and I'll try and take a further look at them and see if they will fit somewhere else in the tier list. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in and check this out. Alright, so the first tier list that we have here are the dealers. And if you notice with the dealers, I have the Werewolf Predator Fire as the SS and Werewolf Predator Dark as the S+. I have tested and currently use the Werewolf Predator Fire, and he is very good, especially in the early game when you don't have much crit rate, because he has crit rate built into his kit. So early mid game, he's very good. He's still doing good for me, but I think he might fall off a little bit in endgame once it becomes easier to build crit rate. Then his kit doesn't have as much benefit, and perhaps the Dark will be better, but I haven't had a chance to test the Dark, so this is one of those ones, if somebody has tested the Werewolf Predator Dark at higher levels, let me know what kind of results you guys have had with him. But this is what we're looking at for the dealers. For the debuffers, we have Vladimir and Werewolf Magician taking the top here. And you know what? This is the unupdated version, but there's also the new hero, the Pirate Guard Chief Water, and I have him placed as an S+. I kind of feel a little bit mixed on him. I have him between S+ and SS. He does have the AoE stun at 75%, so I think he might be better like endgame once you get his skills and everything maxed, so that's, I would assume, a 100% chance. But as he is, and for early mid-game progression, I would have him as an S+, so he would fill this empty slot right there. But Vladimir is quite good, and the Werewolf Magician has the block buffs and the buff removal, which is quite good. She's kind of like the SR version of Elizabeth, because she doesn't have the stun built into her kit as well, like Elizabeth does. But that's what we're looking at for the debuffers. For the support units, which are mainly healers, we have the Sasquatch Fire Magician, or Sasquatch Magician Fire type. I would say that he's probably the best healer in the game. The exception might be the new hero that just got added, the SSR hero. But in terms of all heroes in the game, I think that he's probably the best, with potential exception for the new guy. We'll see how his kit ends up working out. But we also have Elf Guardian up here in SS. I definitely would say that Sasquatch Magician is better, but Elf Guardian is also up here. His kit is a little bit different. And the other healers like Gallard and Elf Magician Light are also pretty decent. I end up using all 4 of them. So you always need a healer on every team, I'm finding, so you need at least 3 of these to make it work. For the tanks, we've got Pirate Guard Chief, the Fire version, and we have Drayton as the SS's. This is pretty easy. Drayton is definitely the best main tank. He has healing, he has shields, he only requires 1 skill up to get his threat turn down to 2-turn cooldown. Pirate Guard Chief is the best off tank in my opinion. He does quite a bit of damage, and he also decreases the enemy's damage. So I think that he's probably the best off tank. And then you have like Lancelot, Marcon, Sasquatch, Berserker, Water are all quite good, and they rank in the S+. I use all 3 of these still in my teams. And lastly, we have the Master tier list. So for the Master tier list, we have Werewolf Predator Fire, Vladimir, Sasquatch Magician Fire, Elf Guardian, Pirate Guard Chief Fire, and Drayton taking the SS slots. Notice that I moved Werewolf Magician down to the S+ tier. After thinking about it, and after I recorded the first part, I ended up deciding to move her down to the S+ tier. So the linked versions of the tier list down below will have her in the S+ tier for both the Master tier list and for the Debuffer tier list. So those will be updated, and the Pirate Guard Chief Water will also be included on those since he was just added to the game. But yeah, I hope that this helps you guys. Feel free to copy these, use them, share them around. And if you guys, like I said earlier, if you guys have any recommendations on where you think somebody should be moved, let me know. Like I said, I haven't tested everybody, so I'm totally open to any input on it. That's part of the fun for it. So let me know if this helped you guys out. Leave a like, leave a sub, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace out.